it's the purpose driven aspect of a company that transforms a business into a brand, in my opinion. It fuels a clear and meaningful reason for being. So it's not about what you do; it's about why you do it. It's the compass that keeps a business focused on creating value that goes way beyond profit. So when we think of activating purpose, the way a Do More Good company might do, it's simply committing to meaningful impact, and then making sure that actions are more important than words. The old Maya Angelou quote, which is another thing that I have, up on my wall. I've learned that people will forget what you said, people will forget what you did, but people will never forget how you made them feel. And I think that mindset around purpose is where that sentiment is embodied.
I love this idea of belonging, creating that sort of emotional connection, and our whole thing is about making people care. It's like, how do you get people to have an emotional attachment or response to you? And the definition of care that I love is this definition of attach importance to something. So it doesn't have to be this soft, like, oh, I care and I love you. It's like, I attach importance to the thing that you're doing, and that could be serious, it could be friendly, it could be funny. It doesn't actually, the sort of framing of that doesn't necessarily matter to me. But I like this idea that if you can foster belonging in something, so if you can get your team to feel like they belong, and their families and their people to feel like they also belong, you start this really strong base. And then if you can get your customers to experience that feeling of belonging, then they might also feel that they belong, which is, I think, what so many companies and brands are trying to do. Is they're trying to get people to feel the stickiness, especially in this time where we've in a way, in the communications world, we sort of moved away from good narrative into this Facebook, Google ads, transactional, like you're buying customers, rapidly, and you're churning them as fast as you're acquiring them. And, there's not this sort of deep relationship, but then you are seeing companies that break that trend, and they start, there's that running brand on, which I find very interesting. Like, people are starting to be like irreverent about this thing, and it's because they've given that sort of sense of belonging and that idea, and they built a shoe with their community, and they're doing these interesting things that make people feel this sort of irrational loyalty to it. So that's a really nice concept that I think people can play with.
I love that, and I believe that the key to creating caring is intention. The intentional practice of prioritizing and nurturing well-being and growth and the success of again all the stakeholders that are part of a business. I think that we too often think of getting people to buy into something as opposed to enrolling them in a mindset. Very different things. The moment any business leader has in the back of their mind that they need to convince someone of something is the moment they have failed. There's no convincing when intention is pure and practiced in the right way. It just happens organically.